Hello students. In our last session, I had introduced cell. Today we will discuss about the structure and functions of the cell. A typical cell contains three parts: cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. First is cell membrane. Cell membrane is also known as plasma membrane. It is a thin membrane that surrounds every living cell. It is present in both plant and animal cells. It mainly separates the interior of a cell from outside environment. It is living, delicate, and selectively permeable membrane. Now, what is the meaning of selectively permeable membrane? Cell membrane is known as selectively permeable as it allows selective materials only to pass through it. If you look at the diagram of the cell membrane, you can see that the cell membrane or plasma membrane is mainly made up of lipid, proteins, and carbohydrates. In between the cell membrane, there are some pores which permits entry and exit of the substances. Now, what are the functions of cell membrane? Cell membrane controls the movement of substances in and out of the cell. It protects the internal contents of the cell. It helps in maintenance of cell shape, cell mobility, secretion, and absorption of different substances. It acts as the attachment surface of several extracellular structures like cell wall, etc. Next is cell wall. In plant cells and the cells of some other organisms like algae, fungi, and many prokaryotes, out of the cell membrane there is one more layer known as cell wall. In the diagram you can see that out of the cell membrane the cell wall is present. Cell wall is mainly rigid, tough, non-living, and freely permeable as it permits any substance to pass through it. It is made up of complex carbohydrate known as cellulose. Now the functions of cell wall. It provides support and protection to the cell. It also provides the cell a definite shape and size, strength and rigidity. It plays important role in absorption, secretion, and transportation. It maintains osmotic pressure or water pressure inside the cell. Now next is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a thick jelly-like substance that is present in every cell. It is present in between the cell membrane and nuclear membrane. In the diagram you can see this is the cytoplasm, the ground substance of the cell that is present in between the nucleus membrane and the cell membrane. It is mainly composed of water, salts, proteins and fats. Around 90% of the cytoplasm is made up of water. Cytoplasm contains all types of cell organelles. The functions of cytoplasm is it responsible for giving shape to the cell. It helps to fill the cell and keeps the organelles in proper place. Cytoplasm is the basis of all cellular activities. Cell organelles perform various functions in it. Many chemical reactions are taken place in cytoplasm. Next is nucleus. Nucleus is known as the brain of the cell as it regulates all cellular activities and functions. It is discovered by Robert Brown. It is mainly spherical or oval in shape. Nucleus mainly contains 4 components: nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus, and chromatin fibers. So first is nuclear membrane. It is also known as nuclear envelope. If you will look at the diagram of the nucleus, you can see that there are 2 nuclear membranes. One is outer membrane, another one is inner membrane. In between the outer membrane and inner membrane, there is a space known as perinuclear space. Nuclear membrane is permeable and completely encloses the nucleus and separates the nuclear material from surrounding cytoplasm. You can see here that nuclear membrane contains so many pores which are known as nuclear pore. What is the function of this nuclear pore? These pores mainly allow passage of material in and out of the nucleus. Next is nucleoplasm. It is mainly the ground substance present inside the nucleus that is covered by nuclear membrane. It is mainly colorless, dense, fluid part. It contains nucleolus and thread-like chromatin fibers. Now what is nucleus? Nucleolus is the spherical body present in the nucleoplasm. It is not bounded by any membrane, or we can call it membraneless. It is made up of RNA and protein. What is RNA? Its full form is ribonucleic acid, which is one kind of genetic material. It mainly produces ribosomes, which are another kind of cell organelles. Next is chromatin materials. In the nucleoplasm, you can see network of thread-like structures. These are known as chromatin materials. Chromatin materials are made up of DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, RNA, that is ribonucleic acid, and proteins. In this diagram, you can see that the chromatin materials, which are in the network-like structure in the normal cell, it forms a highly condensed structure known as chromosome in the dividing cell. So in the normal cell, chromatin is present as thread-like network structure, and in the dividing cell it is present in highly condensed form known as chromosomes. The chromosome contain some hereditary units which are known as genes. You can see in this diagram that chromosome, that is made up of DNA, and DNA contains this hereditary unit, gene. Now, what are genes? Genes are the hereditary units responsible for the transmission of characters from parents to the offsprings. So, nucleus has two major functions. It stores the cell's hereditary materials, that are genes. It controls and coordinates all cellular activities, which include growth, metabolism, protein synthesis, and cell division. Next cell organelle is plastid. Plastids are mainly present in plant cells. There are three types of plastids: chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. First, we will discuss about the chromoplast. These are colored plastids, preferably red, orange, and yellow pigments are present in the chromoplast. These are mainly found in colorful flowers and fruits and responsible for their bright colors. Next is leucoplast. These are colorless plastids as they don't contain any of the pigments. They are mainly present in roots and modified stems. Their function is to store the food in the form of starch. Next, we will talk about the main plastid of the plant cell, that is the chloroplast. Chloroplast is green colored plastids as it contains green pigment chlorophyll. It helps in the photosynthesis process in plants. Chloroplast is known as kitchen of the cell as they can produce food by using solar energy from sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. So if you look at the diagram of the chloroplast, you can see that the chloroplast is bounded by two membranes. One is outer membrane, another one is inner membrane. And in between these two membranes, there is intermembrane space. There are mainly two regions in the chloroplast. One is granum or grana, another one is stroma. Grana mainly is the stacks of flattened sacs or disc which are known as thylakoids. So grana is the stack of thylakoids. This thylakoid actually contains chlorophyll pigments. Grana are connected to each other by the structure that is known as lamella. So lamella connects one grana with the another grana. Now what is stroma? Stroma is the ground substance that is present in the chloroplast. Stroma is mainly aqueous fluid. It contains photosynthetic enzymes and starch grains. Next is the organelle vacuoles. Vacuoles are fluid-filled sacs present in the cells bounded by a single membrane. In the diagram, you can see the plant cell central vacuole In the plant cell mainly, the vacuole present in the center position of the cell. For that, you can see here the nucleus is shifted to the periphery or the boundary of the cell. As in the plant cell, vacuole is present at the center position of the cell. It is known as central vacuole. It is large in size, covered by single membrane that is known as tonoplast. Inside the vacuole, there is aqueous fluid part that is known as cell sap. Cell sap mainly contains watery solution in which there are sugars, amino acids, proteins, minerals, etc. Animal cells either do not have or they have small vacuoles. Now, what are the functions of vacuoles? They help to store different kinds of materials like foods, enzymes, waste products, etc. They maintain the shape and rigidity of the cell. Contractile vacuoles are present in amoeba, help to maintain water balance. Next, we will discuss another three types of cell organelles: mitochondria, Golgi complex and ribosomes. Mainly we will discuss the functions of these cell organelles. So first is mitochondria. This is the structure of mitochondria. It is the organelle where cellular respiration occurs, in which food is broken down or oxidized to release energy. For this, mitochondria is known as powerhouse of the cell. Next organelle is Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex. Its main function is storage and secretion of the substances from the cell like enzymes, hormones, etc. Then ribosomes. You can see the diagram of the ribosome organelle, which mainly contains two units. One is large unit, another one is small unit. They are known as protein factories of the cell as it helps in protein synthesis. At last, we are going to discuss the differences in between the plant cell and animal cell. You can see here, this is the diagram of plant cell and this is the diagram of animal cell. Plant cells are usually larger than the animal cells. Plant cells are having a definite shape, but animal cells do not have a definite shape. Plant cells, cell wall is present. Already we have discussed that out of the cell membrane, cell wall is present for plant cell, but it is absent for the animal cell. Vacuole, it is also already discussed that large central vacuoles are present for the plant cell, and for animal cell, vacuoles are either absent or if it is present also, mainly the vacuoles of the animal cells are small in size. Plastids, chloroplast, leucoplast and chromoplast, all types of plastids are present in plant cells, but they are absent in animal cells. Lysosome, one type of cell organelle that is present in the animal cell, but it is absent in the plant cell. You can't see lysosome here. And another cell organelle that is known as centrosome. that is also present in the animal cell and is absent in the plant cell. So by that, we are ending the chapter, the cell. In our next session, we will discuss the next chapter. Till then, bye and have a nice day.